As we're inching closer and closer to summer, now that it's officially spring, a lot of people have been asking me, can we get an update of what the dunes look like between 13th Street and 14th Street? And yeah, we're gonna do that right now. But before we get started, a few things you have to know. At the recording of this video, there is still no approval to put in a bulkhead. As you know, the bulkhead currently ends right over here. And in between here and the lifeguard stand, there is no bulkhead. The city of Wildwood did reach out to the DEP, applied for one. They rejected us. We appealed it, but we're still waiting for them either to say, yeah, you could do it, or no, we still don't want you to do it. In which case, definitely leaves a lot of questions in the sky. All that being said, right now, this is the current situation. That's right, the ocean's right there. There is nothing stopping the ocean going from there on to our street. So, on this windy day, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a quick little tour. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make videos like this. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Before I show you what that looks like, let me show you what the dunes look like right in between 12th and 13th Street. This is what the city wants to do, heading just south. They want to build this massive dune system on top and then put this bulkhead. You can see how the bulkhead just kind of ends right here. And you're not supposed to climb these sand dunes, so we're going to just stand here. But you can see how great this looks. And then heading this way, it's just a drop down and flat. That's not good. The DEP says having this vegetation here is actually going to stop a lot of this water. And to an extent, it should. But it's the vegetation along with the dune system that could really, truly stop the water from coming over. But at this moment, we can't truck in sand. It's physically impossible to do right now, as you may have seen in one of our other videos. There's just no way of doing it. So the only way that we could truly protect the city heading this way in our drainage system is by putting in this bulkhead. This is the current situation. It's practically flat. At high tide, the water could potentially come up here. I've actually seen instances where the water did come up here. You pan to the left, you can see where the sand dunes currently end, and you can't see the bulkhead, but it's located right over there. And moving to the right, you could tell that water has definitely been here. It has breached here at the original walkway. Looking to the right, last time we've been here, you could see how much more this pipe has now come out because water is coming down this way. But you can see, nothing is stopping the ocean from coming in here. And if you look down to here, you can tell that water is coming up. The beach is still wet. You can see the lines where the water comes. It's even ripping apart here. These dunes. And there's no protection after these dunes going that way. It's uncovering a lot of the roots. This is what usually keeps the dunes in place, that protects a lot of, at least the land going that way. You know, that's why they say that natural vegetation is great, but when this is eroded so badly, nothing stops the water from taking this down. For example, here, you can see all these roots. These were all part of the dune system. They go down pretty deep too. But once this all gets exposed, there's nothing stopping the water from heading that way. And so you could tell that this all used to be dune at one point. Go back through the 90s, even early thousands, the dunes were all here. And now, this itself is starting to get ripped down. And the situation is getting worse because while before it was only right over here, it's now spreading closer and closer to the lifeguard station. That's right, that dune over there is now starting to fail. We're gonna walk down there in a moment, but first, let's head this way where you can see once again, this dune is non-existent. The water can just go straight through to the streets. And here are more roots. that have now been exposed. And you can see all of the erosion we're having. And then you get to this section where there is no dunes at all. It's just land that separates the water, which you can see where the water comes up to. And then there, that's it. Nothing. All that's left are just ripped up parts of roots and trash and other stuff. But the other issue we're having now is over here. We're at 15th Street, and you can see, once again, the dunes are gone. We're standing in what used to be the middle of the dune. These are all roots. And there is nothing stopping the water, which you could tell stops here from heading deep that way. As you walk down, it only gets worse. As you know, they just finished up that bulkhead, but because nothing connects it, the water is just continuing through. You can see the water ate through here. You can see trees just right on the beach. I've never seen this before. You can see this dune is practically gone. And this is where the issue now comes in, where they just built this. They just built this. You see right here is where it ends. And now the water is rushing down the sides. It's been breached and water is heading in that way. So this is the situation we find ourselves in. The DEP will not let us build a bulkhead. We can't do any kind of beach replenishment. We can't rebuild the dunes at this time. And these dunes here are completely being ripped down. The only option we truly have to at least protect the millions and millions of dollars worth of property right on the other side is by building this bulkhead. So New Jersey DEP, we know you watch these videos because you mentioned it. That being said, you got to do something here. If not, it's going to cost millions and millions of dollars in private property and businesses, because without a bulkhead, that water's nothing stopping it. It's going right in. It's going right in. And it could cause issues there, and it could cause issues with our sewer, because our sewer can't handle this sand. So if sand or too much sand gets in there, we're going to have a bigger problem. Now, usually by now I would say let's put the drone in the sky, but unfortunately it is way too windy. So for right now, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. I'm Joey. As always, I'll see you on the beach. See you later. Bye. Cool.